Watch Lisa Bell weekdays on News 6 starting at 4 p.m. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now at 4 p.m.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III.
Now at 4, President Trump clashing with the president of Ukraine while discussing ending the country's war with Russia. Plus, we're following some breaking news.
He loaded the gun, but couldn't raise it off his chest. I realized that to follow through with his wishes, that I would have to shoot him and then myself. I told him that to do this, I would go to prison if I couldn't shoot myself.
The woman convicted of shooting and killing her terminally ill husband inside a hospital now knows how long she will be in prison. This is News 6 at 4. I'm Matt Austin.
And I'm Justin Mormouth. Ellen Gilland was sentenced to 1 year in prison, followed by 12 years of probation. News 6's Molly Reed has been following the story for years. She was in court once again today and joins us now live. Molly?
Well, the judge told Gilland at the very end that she does have sympathy for her for what she was going through with her husband, but she had to sentence her today based on the trauma that she caused for everyone else in the hospital that day. Now, going back to that day, 2 years ago when she was first arrested, she told detectives that she and her husband had formed a suicide pact because he was terminally ill, but she could not turn the gun on herself after shooting him. Today, we finally heard from Gilland herself about what happened that day and what happened after. Now, the judge also told Gilland today that once she's out of prison, she needs to write letters to all of those affected at the hospital that day in apology, and she also will have to serve 8 hours of community service a month. In Daytona Beach, Volusia County, I'm Molly Reed, getting results, News 6.
All right, Molly, thank you. Meantime, people rallied outside the courthouse supporting Ellen Gilland.
We feel that Ellen should have had all the end-of-life options available to her, like hospice, palliative care, palliative sedation, and we're also advocating for a new one called medical aid in dying, and Mr. Gillian would have met the requirements to use that, and that would have let him take a drink and die peacefully in his sleep.
The organization Florida End-of-Life Options Advocates for Medically Assisted Suicide for Terminally Ill Adults was there as well.
We're learning the mom and boyfriend accused of abusing a 10-year-old boy are facing even more charges. 37-year-old Kimberly Mills and 36-year-old Andre Walker were arrested earlier this week. They're accused of almost beating a 10-year-old boy to death and dropping him off at the hospital. Tavares police say he was covered in bruises, burn marks, other injuries as well. But now investigators are telling us the couple is facing charges for abusing another child in the home, the boy's younger brother. Authorities spoke about it less than an hour ago.
Kimberly Mills was methodical in what her children wore and what they said to others to ensure that absolutely no one would learn of what she was doing to her children behind closed doors.
And police say the 10-year-old boy is still in critical condition.
What started out as a cordial meeting between President Trump and the Ukrainian president ended with a pretty heated argument. The two leaders met to discuss ending Russia's war on Ukraine and a rare earth minerals deal.
And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. That's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? This entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
So you could see tensions were high in the Oval Office. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky was asking for U.S. security guarantees to protect Ukraine's sovereignty. He also called Russian President Vladimir Putin a terrorist and told President Trump that Ukraine would not compromise with a killer.
This is a rule. Putin began this war. He has to pay all money for innovation. He has to pay.
The two leaders were expected to sign an agreement giving the U.S. access to the country's rare earth minerals. It's something President Trump wants as payback for billions spent in military aid. Ukraine's leader ended up leaving, and the signing of that deal was called off.
It is setting up to be a busy weekend, especially for those outdoor events. Bike Week started today in Daytona Beach. Monster Jam is tomorrow in downtown Orlando. And meteorologist Julie Broughton joins us now for a look at that forecast. Do you have a favorite monster truck, Julie?
Oh my goodness, there's so many. I have been to Monster Jam. I know a lot of people probably don't think that, but I have. I don't know. Zombie, is that one?
Zombie's one,
okay,
yes.
That's my favorite then. All right. Here's how it looks right now over downtown Orlando. This is our Light Orlando Delivering Hope Together camera. So much blue sky. It has just been a perfect day. Relative humidity, not too bad out there. Temperatures did cool a little bit behind a front. Yesterday, we were in the low 80s at 82 degrees for our high. Today, 78 degrees, and that's right in that normal range. Winds are coming in out of the west-northwest at 5 miles per hour. You're at 78 as well in Kissimmee. Mako, you're checking in at 73. A little bit cooler along our northern coastal counties in the mid to upper 60s, but the weekend looking absolutely great. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, and we will see a whole lot of sunshine both days. Now, we are tracking a stronger system and a chance of rain. We'll time that out for you coming up in just a few minutes.
Sounds good to you then, Julie. Thank you. Well, you may have driven by it countless times, never known its history. This chapel in Altamont Springs is one of the oldest buildings in Seminole County, but after all those years, the bell tower is on the brink of collapse.
Yeah, the small congregation has put everything they have into restoring it, but they need the community's help to try to get results for this place. News 6's Catherine Silver found out it's not just about preserving the past, but securing this historic chapel's place in modern times. So they estimate the repairs for the bell tower could cost more than 50 grand. That's double what they already spent on renovations last year. If you'd like to help, there's a GoFundMe page. We've shared a link on clickorlando.com. I figured it was a button or something. They're hand pulling that thing.
Quite a workout.
Yeah. All right. Well, could Orlando become the next Hollywood?
Well, the films that could be making their way to Central Florida because of a new initiative. We'll explain that coming up. First, though, a special needs baseball league at risk of shutting down unless they can replace their field. How you can help them get results. That's next.
You're watching News 6 at 4, getting results for you on this Friday. We'll be right back.
News 6 Insider is sponsored by Orange County Library System.
Go to clickorlando.com and sign up to be an insider so I can bring you exclusive contests, stories, and behind-the-scenes footage.
Baseball for everyone. That's the motto for the Central Florida Miracle League, dedicated to athletes with special needs. Their 20th season kicks off tomorrow at Trotters Park in Orlando.
Here's the thing. Their field is in such bad shape. This could be their last season if it's not replaced. So I went out to see how they're working to get results. I had a great time meeting them, and it is a really difficult situation for them. You know, a 20-year-old field in Florida, just getting beat by the sun, beat by the rain. It's going to have that issue. You know, that's about 80 grand left. So I did the math for you on the 30%. Yeah. About 80 grand. They're hoping that multiple people can help them out and continue to keep this alive.
It's hard to imagine a child in a walker or a wheelchair making it through those cracks or chasing after a ball. It seems like it's becoming an untenable situation.
Absolutely. And we have a link, by the way, on our website, clickorlando.com, in this story to go to their website as well, where they have the donation page. Also, they're looking for volunteers. So if you're just willing to volunteer on a Saturday, they play every Saturday for the next 10 weeks, starting tomorrow. They'd love to have you out there.
It looks pretty awesome.
Yeah.
They look like they're having a great time
doubt.
out here. Okay, well, if they are playing this weekend, could be primo weather for whatever your child's sporting event is that's happening. Julie Broughton, our meteorologist, guiding us through that weekend weather.
Yeah, the weekend is looking fabulous, and there's so much going on this weekend. We have, of course, all the bike, or I started to say Biketoberfest, not quite Biketoberfest, but Bike Fest in Daytona Beach, of course, the Seafood Festival in Brevard County. We are looking good for all of that. So clear and cool tonight. Some of us will drop into the 40s, but most of us will be in the low 50s, which is right in the normal range. Then through the weekend, we'll keep it clear, we'll keep it dry, and our highs will be near normal. As we head into next week, do expect some showers. Those don't come until Wednesday into Thursday, and we'll see a pretty significant cool down with that as well. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but first, look at this gorgeous Friday afternoon for us. This is our Lunch Credit Union camera out at Port Canaveral. Nearly full sunshine out there, a little bit of a breeze you see on the palm fronds, but temperatures really feeling great. You are at 67 degrees right now in Port Canaveral. You're at 78 in Kissimmee, 76 right now in Ocala and in the Villages. Villas. Wildwood, you're at 77 degrees, and it is 68 right now in Palm Coast. Here is your hour-by-hour forecast so you can plan the rest of your day. And look at Dex. Dex is so beautiful. He will be turning 17 in June, so he's a Gemini. His mom is a personal trainer, and he likes to go to work with her and just enjoy supporting everyone while they work out. 74 degrees at 6 o'clock, 72 degrees at 7 o'clock, and 70 degrees by 8 o'clock. Head to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos with us. We love seeing them. Here's a look at the southeastern United States, where things are really quite tranquil. We had that front go through that as well to our south. Behind that, high pressure has been building in, and that has been keeping us nice and quiet. That will be the case this weekend, even though Saturday night into Sunday we'll see a little reinforcing dry front move through. Water vapor imagery showing us what's happening aloft. All of that orange is that dry air that is continuing to sink to the south, and that means we'll enjoy a lot of sunshine throughout the weekend. Clouds on rain forecast for you as we take you through the rest of the evening into the overnight hours. We could see a little bit of fog, I think, in our coastal areas. Overall, though, as we start the day tomorrow, we should be in good shape. Plenty of sunshine taking you through your Saturday and Sunday. Next Wednesday into Thursday, here's that system we're talking about. Best chance of rain will be late Wednesday evening into the overnight hours on Thursday, around 40%, and then we cool things down behind that system. Now, here's your pinpoint accurate forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by Renewal by Andersen.
53 for our overnight low tonight. Again, we could see a little bit of light fog into the mid to upper 70s this weekend. Now look at Wednesday. That's when our rain chances go up. We hit a high of 84 degrees. And we'll be about 10 to 12 degrees cooler behind that system by Thursday, with rain clearing out Thursday morning.
Good looking forecast, Julie Broughton. Thank you. Well, people across the country are taking part in what they call an economic blackout.
Refusing to buy anything for the next 24 hours. We're going to explain why and what experts say the impact could be from this protest.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Light Orlando, delivering hope together.
A grassroots organization is encouraging people across the country to not spend any money today, but really at major retailers.
Yeah, it's part of a social media movement called Economic Blackout. The organization, the People's Union USA, is pushing back against what it sees as the influence of billionaires and big corporations. Others are protesting companies that have scaled back diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. CBS News Money Watch correspondent Kelly O'Grady says the boycott is tapping into growing frustration over the rising costs of food, gas, and housing.
People think inflation is going to be 6%. There's new CBS polling that 77% of people think their income isn't meeting where inflation is growing. 53% of people say that they can't afford groceries. I just threw a lot of numbers at you, but the takeaway is people don't feel like they're winning, and this boycott does seem to have struck a nerve.
Here's the thing, though. Experts say they doubt the boycott will make a dent in the bottom lines of big companies, let alone the U.S. economy. But an interesting day nonetheless. And I'm kind of curious to see if you go out to a chain restaurant, insert chain restaurant, what that looks like today or tonight for a Friday night meal.
There'll be some people saying it's Friday night, I'm kind of hungry.
Yeah.
Am I going to partake? We'll see. Well, go to Orlando, become the next place Hollywood makes movies.
We explain what's bringing filmmakers to the area. Coming up.
As a trooper, I know how every crash is going to affect your commute. So watch me on News 6 Mornings.
Download the Hard Rock Neverland Casino app today for your chance to win up to $1 million. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood. Now at 4:30.
Right now at 4:30, we're taking a look at how the new tolling system is going for the express lanes on I-4. If you want to avoid traffic, it's going to cost you more.
We want criminal culpability of this. I don't even know if you can call him a vigilante because Jakeem wasn't doing anything wrong.
Civil rights attorney Ben Crump is calling for answers in a shooting where a man's accused of killing another man riding an ATV. This is News 6 at 4. I'm Justin Wormuth.
Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Matt Austin. The shooting happened last week along Horizon Street near an apartment complex. That's just south of Plant Street and west of the Western Beltway. Police say the shooting appeared to be from a long-standing argument over ATVs in the neighborhood. While the suspect is facing murder charges, there are also allegations of negligence. News 6's Mark Lehman has the details. Taking a live look at I-4 near downtown Orlando, you can see by the board there, dynamic tolling is now a way of life for I-4 express lanes. The changes started Monday, meaning drivers have seen the prices of those express lanes fluctuate depending on congestion. We know just how high those tolls could go on any given day.
Yeah, News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez explains how much you might have to pay to avoid the traffic. Well, today marks the last day of Heart Health Awareness Month, and a woman is sharing her life-threatening experience that she never saw coming. Cynthia Jones was driving I-4 in April of 2021 when her heart stopped at the wheel. When first responders took her to the hospital, her cardiologist found that she was having a heart attack. She actually had a 99% blockage of her heart. Cynthia says she never could have imagined the situation was so serious because her only symptom was shortness of breath. Both she and her cardiologist told News 6 the fact that she survived is nothing short of spectacular.
I think she was a miracle.
And Cynthia, same thing for you. If you could describe your own case and your own experience throughout this in one word, what would it be?
Absolutely. I would have to say it's a miracle.
Amazing.
Because statistically speaking, like I said, I should be here.
The Cleveland Clinic says shortness of breath and fainting are two of the symptoms to look out for when it comes to a heart blockage. Other symptoms may include chest pain, tiredness, and heart palpitations. We've posted the details on what else to look out for on this story on clickorlando.com/healthyhearts.
Monster trucks taking over downtown Orlando, and we're hearing from the driver behind Zombie.
I tell people I haven't worked in 15 years because this is not a job, we just get, paid to do a career that is actually something I'm passionate about, something that I love.
How he became a Monster Jam truck driver and what you can expect from tomorrow's event. That's coming up next, Julie.
The weather is looking great for Monster Jam and all those events across Central Florida. We're talking about highs in the mid to upper 70s tomorrow, but we do have some rain and some changes on the way. I'll time that out for you next.
You're watching News 6 at 4:30, getting results. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by your Central Florida Honda dealers.
The I-4 food tour is live right now for News 6 Insiders.
You ever taste something so good that it makes you mad? There's so many flavors in that. This pork is super tender and spicy.
I'm hitting up our local restaurants, trying out their signature dishes, so maybe you can figure out where to eat this weekend. Come on, photographer, I know you're liking that.
Oh, there's stuff inside.
It's the I-4 food tour. Check it out.
I'm meteorologist Julie Broughton. It is 4:41. I hope you're having a great Friday. Certainly has been a beautiful day, and we can expect more of the same for this weekend. We're talking about mid to upper 70s both Saturday and Sunday. If you have outdoor plans, we'll keep it dry, and we will see a whole lot of sunshine. Now, that's going to change as we head into next week, so I want to go ahead and show you what we're expecting Wednesday into Thursday. As the system moves into our area late Wednesday into early Thursday, that will bump our chance of rain up Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, and then cool us down by Thursday. But again, this weekend really should cooperate for all of those plans. Here's a look at our Daytona Beach sky cam. Looking really great out there. Bike week, 68 degrees right now with winds coming in out of the east. So much sunshine, and we will keep a decent amount of sunshine around for the next couple of days. You're sitting at 77 degrees right now in Pine Lakes. If you're in Montverde, you're at 75 degrees, 78 in Mascot, and it is 70 degrees right now in Port St. John. Your hour-by-hour forecast. If you have outdoor dinner plans, that should feel really great for you. This is your hour-by-hour forecast featuring Lilo, who likes to sit in her lovely chair and watch News 6. 74 degrees at 6 o'clock. By 7 o'clock, we go to 72 degrees, and at 8 o'clock, we'll be sitting right around 70. Head to clickorlando.com/pins to share your pet photos with us. Satellite and radar imagery showing we've seen dry conditions, really clear skies, very limited cloud cover today. High pressure has been our dominant weather maker, building in behind a front, and that is what is going to bring us such lovely conditions this weekend. Clouds and rain forecast taking you through the evening into the overnight hours. I think we could see a little bit of light patchy fog, especially in our coastal areas toward morning, but we're not talking about widespread dense fog tomorrow morning. And then we'll see plenty of sunshine for our Saturday afternoon. 53 overnight tonight in Orlando, 48 if you're in the Villages. Next 7 days shaping up like this with highs this weekend, mid to upper 70s. Look, by Wednesday, we go to 84, bringing in that chance of showers. We clear the rain early Thursday and see a big drop in temperatures with highs hitting 72.
Julie, thank you. Well, Orange County is allocating $5 million to bring more filmmakers to shoot in the county. A Christmas movie was just shot here, but bigger incentives may be needed for those blockbuster movies. News 6's Laverne McGee talks to a well-known Hollywood producer who is here to see if Orlando might be right for his next film. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if people even want that. Well, it is setting up to be a weekend of roaring engines along the coast. Bike Week is in Daytona Beach, and in Orlando, Monster Jam taking over Camping World Stadium.
Always a fun time. News 6 producer Brooke Savage had a chance to catch up with Bari Musauer, the driver behind Zombie.
Those guys can drive. I cannot imagine what it would feel like flipping in a car and surviving it. It'd be a pretty wild.
What about all those donuts in a minute?
Oh, I'd be.
That'd be crazy.
It would be projectile vomit.
Yeah, he's only 5 points behind Gravedigger, and then Classroom Crusher is 53 points behind Gravedigger.
Creative names these days. You want to go check it out. I hear it's fun. Of course, we posted ticket information, everything you need to know before you head to Monster Jam. You buy the whole seat, but you only need the edge. And this story on clickorlando.com.
We've seen those ads a few times. All right, News 6 at 5 coming up next.
All right, first, we're looking at new issues with a safety system to protect kids around schools, plus the warning one guy has about an unlikely sign that led to a shocking discovery about his health.
And later, how the latest round of federal job cuts could impact us this hurricane season. Your pinpoint accurate forecast also just minutes away as we take a live look over Daytona Beach, where Bike Week is rolling out. Beautiful weekend for it. We'll have those details coming up. And don't forget, you can stream all of our cameras and live newscasts for free like this anytime on News 6 Plus. We'll be right back.